Well, it's time for Media Watch, and Shona Bhattacharya is here with us in the studio for that. Good to see you, Shona. We're going to start with Kanye West, the rapper, of course, a genius to many, a very controversial some of the time, and particularly with some comments that he just made about slavery. And he essentially said slavery for 400 years, that must have been a choice, kind of words to that effect, wasn't it? Which has upset an awful lot of people.
An awful lot of people. There are not many people who agree with him on this one. And in fact, Kanye West took to his Twitter feed to explain himself and to ramble even more. He says that, for example, I'm being attacked once again for presenting new ideas. He says the reason why I brought up the 400 years point is because we can't be mentally imprisoned for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an idea. I'm not sure how that's justification for saying that slavery is a choice, but apparently he thinks that that's okay. Now, TMZ is the outlet that he gave this interview to, and it was filmed, so you can see it. He's completely, loose in the newsroom.
Thinking aloud and possibly not.
Thinking aloud and not being very coherent. And in fact, he says at one point that he's not taking his meds, his medications that he should be taking 3 times a day. He's only taking about 1 or 2 a week. And in fact, TMZ, the news outlet that he spoke to, says that maybe going off meds could explain the slavery comment by Kanye West. The interviewer, the man with the dreads and the lavender shirt, when Kanye made that comment, he immediately said that he was appalled and that it was a really rude thing to say.
I don't think you're thinking anything right now, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're not thinking anything right now. So it's not like he didn't get pushback from the very get-go. But anyway, TMZ saying, all right, well, maybe he said this because he was not in his right mind. Now, Twitter users have a great imagination, and they've come up with this meme called "If Slavery Was a Choice," which I just think is hilarious. It's lots of GIFs and memes. When you win Plantation's Got Talent, or, you've got me checking to see which cotton field the smallest one is the smallest one so I can finish early. That's Bill Cosby there going to his trial in Norristown. You've got, oh, right, this one's great. All you had to do was text stop to 1863 to ask for, to get out of that slavery. So it was... a
lot of people upset there. John Legend, I saw Will.i.am, Spike Lee, they've all really gone off.
Yeah, and newscasters. I mean, everyone from all walks of life. He has said a lot of other things as well, actually, during that interview that got people's attention. He said that he got liposuction so that his fans wouldn't think that he was fat at his wedding. He said that he was addicted to opioids, which is seemingly what these pills are now trying to, in treatment, get off of that. He also praised Donald Trump again.
Yeah, he's a big Trump fan,
He's a big Trump fan, and he just won't let that go. And in fact, he's got 2 singles that are out that came out last weekend. The Root, which is an online African-American cultural magazine that's started by Henry Louis Gates Jr., among others, notes that in one of the rap songs, he says his lyrics are, "Make America Great Again had a negative perception. I took it, wore it, rocked it, and gave it a new direction." So that's all of Kanye's greatness there in a lyric, I guess.
He says that he could be president one day as well. So
well, I mean, given the fact that Donald Trump is president, to be fair, Kanye West could be president too, right?
It's wide open. It's wide open. All right, should we talk about Emmanuel Macron?
Yes, let's move on. Now, Emmanuel Macron made a gaffe. A faux pas.
Quite a sweet one,
a faux ami.
Faux ami,
so many words to describe the word delicious. He called Stephen Turnbull, the wife of Stephen Turnbull, who is the
Malcolm Turnbull.
Excuse me, Malcolm. Thank you. The Prime Minister of Australia, his wife Lucy, called her delicious. And as the Washington Post notes, it demonstrates the perils of diplomacy in a foreign language. You know that Emmanuel Macron is very proud of his level of English. He spoke to Congress last week in Washington in English. He has made jokes in English, make the planet great again, to riff off of
got a better command of English than any other French president.
That's
I think
true. And he's definitely using that to his advantage to try to be this global leader and not just this French president. But here it backfired. and Australians are having a field day. In fact, there's the
what was he trying to say? What is the equivalent? In French?
Delicious can mean, of course, delicious as in English, in French, but it can also mean sweet. It can also mean delightful.
And he was going for delightful.
And that's what he was going for. And it's kind of an old usage of the word. Most people who are 40, like Macron, do not use the word délicieux to describe another human being very often. So it's kind of an old way of, but anyway, that's what he said. And the Daily Telegraph from Australia, their headline was they switched up Macron's head for Pepe Le Pew, who I guess is supposed to be French,
the
but
amorous
he's not.
Skunk. No.
The skunk who also stutters a lot and makes mistakes in his speech. And then you also had just a lot of ways of lost in translation. And in fact, the Daily Telegraph here saying that in this case, Emmanuel Macron's global charm offensive came unstuck in Australia.
Yes, a rare gaffe for President Macron. I'm sure she didn't mind, though. There are worse things to be called, aren't there?
Yes.
Delicious.
Well, he could have told her that she was in great shape, the way that Donald Trump said about Brigitte, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah. Shona, thank you very much indeed, Martin, there. Shona Bhattacharya there. Now,